first auction starts at 8. So.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Okay.
So it looks like we're live on Facebook and YouTube right now, or apparently the multi-streaming thing says that. Um,
The multi-stream.
like the multiverse. Let me just double check here. Let's see
What a
if it's
wild
working
ride.
with Facebook.
I gotta close my door. 1 second. Crazy, right?
Okay, well, we're live on YouTube. Are we live on Facebook? Oh yeah, we're live on Facebook. Sweet. Well, there it is. Yep, there it is. Let's check the quality. Let's check. Oh yeah, Josh, you look pretty good in the stream.
Hey there. Hi.
Facebook. Yeah.
I'm
Oh
all
yeah, we're live
flustered.
on Facebook. Sweet. Yeah. Oh, there it is. All
Um,
right, so I'm Matt from Yousellcomics. Let's check the quality. My good friend Josh. Oh yeah, Josh, you look pretty good. You call yourself in the stream an artist, a photography
hey there.
artist,
I guess a lot of people would call a photographer
an
an
artist.
artist. So I guess
Well, you're
in a
also
way,
a valet for 10 years though, too, right? So
I wouldn't really call that an artisan for profession. A lot of people might think it is,
sure,
but it's not. But that's
sure.
okay.
In a way,
But I've done
a
a
valet
few
for
other
10
things in
years
the
though,
arts,
too,
so
right?
that's
So
all right. We'll
I
go
wouldn't
with
really
just,
call that
I guess, artist,
an
photographer. Too slick.
Okay. Yeah. So like I said, I'm not from Yousellcomics. This is Josh. He has a Twitch account that he streams on. Do you want to put your
Yes.
Twitch in the chat there if you have? Oh, hello.
Whole.
I am Tuggle. Liam. Not
I
sure.
have to.
I
You have
am.
to send me the link. I don't even have the link.
Oh well, you send me the link in the Discord and then I'll send it out to the.
Oh,
Yeah.
no problem. Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're doing a live 10-minute auctions today. Let's start at 8 o'clock. The first one is going to be a haha number one. Unread, near mint condition. Well, let's see it in the stream there. Oh, there we go. Uh, People seem to like this. It's by James Tinian the fourth, I believe. Let me double check that. There's so many new comics coming out with, but by like the same writers.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tinian does a lot. Tinian the fourth, Donny Cates. Sorry, it's Maxwell Prince. So people seem to like that one. So that one's going up for auction. Now we're doing 10-minute auctions today, just to kind of show what the platform is. Yousellcomics.com is a new platform for buying and selling comics. We are a tiered subscription, so we don't take any commission on sales. You can run auctions for as long as you want or short as you want, like today for 10-minute auctions. Um,
Makes it
yeah,
fun.
yeah, like so. I guess one of the ideas for us coming into this was a lot of eBay takes a lot from auctions, 12% plus whatever the shipping is, and my wife and I, who had been selling comics on eBay for a bit, thought that this would be a better idea. Well, there should be a better way. So we kind of came up with this idea, and um, we decided to do a tiered subscription and not take any commission on sales. Get the most amount of money for the people who are hunting for those comics, those back issues, and using those to fund their personal collections, like what we do. Well, to fund my personal collection and the statues that I buy, but um,
No big deal.
yeah, no big deal. So yeah, so the first tier is $10.99 a month, and that lets you list as many items as you want for a set price, like for $10, $20, $30, $40, whatever you want. And then we have a second tier that includes the first tier for $20 a month. And that lets you run auctions for as long as you want, 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 months if you want. I think the platform uses so. Yeah, so if anyone wants to bid today on the items going up, we have a haha number one, a Thor 364, which is the first appearance of Throg, which was recently seen in Loki episode number 5 very quickly. We also have Star Wars High Republic issue 1 second print, a Moon Knight number 1 in pretty
Oh,
good condition. That
I
series,
didn't.
Didn't what?
I didn't even know that you were actually putting that one up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
we have some decent stuff up going up. Yeah,
I
so
know
movie
that.
number one, um, Star Wars High Republic. We also have a pack of Tim Gleason covers. Amazing Spider-Man 55, Carnage Black, White, and Blood number one, Tim Gleason cover, and Venom 35 issue 200 by Donny Cates with also a Tim Gleason cover. So they all kind of fit together with that
That's
style of
cool.
cover by Tim Gleason. Oh, and we also have the big item, X-Men number 4, first appearance of Mega Red 9.8. Lots of one of my favorite Wolverine adversaries, Arcade Rostovich, rumored to be coming eventually to the X-Men MCU whenever they get around to it, presumably next phase. I feel like they're gonna start. They're gonna start planting the seeds, maybe with the multiverse of putting in X-Men. Well, they planted the seed with Fantastic Four already, so.
I think those plans are definitely in motion. I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, go ahead.
Oh, I just mean in the terms of expanding to exactly where you were saying. Like it's definitely with Feig saying that the phase is going to be a lot shorter, obviously, than the first one, which just totally makes sense. I'm very excited. It's going to be sweet.
What are you drinking? Jameson's? That's not Jameson's, is it?
It is leftover whiskey from a 60 that was made of plastic, just to give you an idea of
Made
how
of
well,
plastic.
like the bottle's plastic. It's a
Oh,
huge just
oh.
plastic bottle. It's
So
god awful.
that's quality stuff then.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It takes the pipes and cleans them fully.
Yeah. So we're just
Um,
about 5 minutes away from the haha number one going up for auction for a total of 10 minutes. So if you're looking, I got off track here. If you're
okay.
looking to make a bid on any of the items today, just go to Yousellcomics.com, click on the sign in up here, and there's a spot to register. You can register as just a collector. Collectors are free. If you want to buy anything, that's free. You don't have to sell anything. You can sign up as just a buyer. That's all free. Buy as much as you want. I'm sure all our sellers would enjoy that. Um, if you have
Which
any
ex
questions, go ahead.
Sorry, which there are some already, which is awesome.
So if anyone has any questions in the chat about like how it works, how do you get started, if you have any suggestions about like what you'd like to see on the site down the line, we recently launched like about 2 weeks ago, so this is kind of, we're in our infancy. We're putting ourselves out there. We're trying to keep a regular schedule of at least once a week live stream with auctions, and the more vendors we get, the more stuff goes up, and the more people keep coming back to check about new stuff that's up there, so they can fill their runs or look for speculation issues on that they want to speculate on, things like that. So yeah. So yeah, any questions, just let us know in the chat. We'll try to respond. I do see questions working from Facebook on my thing, but I'm not sure if we have any. Oh, we don't have anyone on YouTube right now. Not a surprise, but because YouTube channel only has like 3 subscribers right now because we just started. So, but Facebook has a decent amount of people right now. So glad to see
That's
people
cool.
on Facebook looking. Yeah,
Hooray!
yeah.
And let me see. And what it was the I thought there was one more platform that it was going to.
Oh no, the Instagram thing. I didn't really figure that out. Oh, just putting the Josh's Twitch in the chat there for anyone to check it out. Yeah. So and I lost Josh. There he is.
There.
So Instagram is a weird platform to stream on in that you can't stream from anything else but a phone, which is dumb. I feel like
Yes. Yeah,
you
so
can't.
there's it's very hard to get around it.
There is like, so I found this thing called Yellow. I think it's yellowduck.tv or something like that, where you can grab the RM RTMP key and stream key and secret key, and you can put that in it, and then you can start broadcasting. But I tried the last time, it didn't work, so then I just ended up like putting my phone in a weird spot and in a weird angle, and um, I couldn't really tell if it was live stream or not, even with the phone being on. So maybe in the future I'll stream to. Oh, maybe I can do it on a tablet. You can do it on a tablet. Maybe I'll get. I have a tablet. Maybe I should try with a tablet instead of a phone, just so
Yeah,
it's
just to
like,
see.
yeah, like I don't know. I just found it awkward. Like if anyone wanted to reply or put questions on the Instagram chat, I couldn't just like grab my phone and then pull it down and be like typing while it's live streaming in your face, right? Like I don't know. It's weird. Instagram should. I mean, they don't need my advice, but they should probably do a better job at that. Okay, 1 minute and 30 seconds to haha number one going on sale. 10-minute auction, it's up for 10. Um, with the auctions, you can also set reserve prices, what the bid increments are that you want. So I set like 50 cents for a bid increment for these items today.
Okay.
You can also do it's by default it's proxy bid, so you just put in the highest number you want to bid, and it'll auto bid for you, and it'll let you know if you've been outbid, just like eBay. Along with the site, you can also have. So I guess let me before we start, let's show you what a store vendor looks like. So this is ours, my wife's comic shop, Kate's comic shop. So when you sign up as a seller or vendor, you get your own custom banner here that you can put up whatever you want. We also have a verification program, so you can send in certain documents to prove where you're from, who you are, that you're a legit seller. Obviously, eBay and Facebook and Instagram have a lot of scammers going on these days, so that's one of the things we're trying to do to prevent fraud. Obviously, you're not going to catch everything, but it also helps with if you're a comic book store, a brick and mortar store, a local comic shop. This is a really good way to, if you don't already have an online presence, like your own website to sell on, or you're not somewhere else, you can set up your own page like this and have your own banner. You can even put like a video up there if you wanted to. That's an option. Like maybe an intro to your store, something like that, if you wanted that. Or you can, if you have a sale going on that day, you can change your banner whenever you want. Put like 10% off this week or something like that. You can people can send you messages through here. They can also follow your store. So if someone likes a particular store, they pack well when you've bought from them, or they have good deals, or they sell something particular. Like if you're in a specific what am I trying to say? Specific, like if you're in a Marvel, DC, or a specific character, and they have a lot of that, or if they have like manga or something like that you're into, that store has it. Not every store carries manga, which is getting pretty popular these days. So,
Very
you also
popular.
have what? Yeah, it's exploding, and some people have talked about like, is it going to be bigger than, at least in the comic world of buying comic books, is it getting bigger than people buying Marvel? And DC's
Yeah.
kind of been stagnating from what I've read, but Marvel still seems to be doing okay.
Ooh,
But yeah, manga's getting up there in popularity, which isn't a bad thing. Everything's great. You like what you like. That's good. More stuff is better. Um,
yes.
and then you could also have your social media links here to your other stuff, like if you have a Facebook store page, um, a YouTube channel, Twitter, and Instagram, etc. People can follow you there too. And then here's what your store page looks like. So they can filter by the categories you have. There's not a lot of categories right there, just because I don't have every a one item from every category that's on the site. We really tried to tailor the site to be specific with comic books. So you can, when you're adding an item, you can do it by trade paperback, by omnibus, if it's a raw book, if it's graded. if it's a completed run of like Batman 1 to 50, or if it's a collected run of Batman 1 to 50, but it's like, it's the middle 10 issues. So you're really only got Batman 35 to 45. So it's a collected run. Um, or collected singles where it's like you have 15 out of the 50 from between Batman 1 to 50. You can put that as a category. So people can easily filter that out and say, I'm looking for a bunch of issues from this run who has a collected run. You might have a double in there, but it's a good price, so you get an extra, or you get a double out there, but you're getting other ones that you want. And graded, so if you have a slab you want to sell, and you can put in the number that's graded at. So if someone's like looking, some people on Facebook are like, I got $100 this week. Show me your slabs for $100. And because slabs are graded comics differ wildly in price from grade to grade. You can I'm looking for a 9.2 of this. I don't want a 9.8 because that's $700 more, and
Of
I'm
course.
just looking for this book. So, you can filter by grade as well,
That's
or
awesome.
estimated grade. So yeah.
Yep.
So let's see. Oh yeah. So the auction has started on Haha. If anyone's interested, see
Oh
if you
yeah.
get any bids. But yeah, like I said, any questions, let us know. Um, we want this to be a success, but we don't. So we have some ideas for long-term plans of things to add, specifically with um, local or brick and mortar stores, kind of adding some things for them, some back end reporting, things like that. When the pandemic hit, our local comic shop didn't have an online presence, and they said they
Really,
really.
nothing.
Yeah, they had a Facebook page, and they have a website, but they don't sell anything on the website, and they're not not really technically savvy. And it's also like, we're a small town, and they they do well when they're open, but when they're not open, it's harder. So
Of course.
um, so when we talked to them, they wish they had something like this. So they're gonna be putting stuff up next week, and it helps, in the long run of, they have a store, but they also have 200,000 back issues sitting somewhere else because they don't have the room to put it out for sale, right? So
Well,
I feel like a lot
yeah.
of stores are probably like that. So to go through all that and put it somewhere and try and sell it, it's a bit of a daunting task. So to create your own website and not lose out on fees from another platform, then this is something that could work for them.
Of course. Um, and in the terms of approaching new stores, do you have any plans or ideas of kind of which ones you're interested in and like the area? You don't have to name them specifically.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we started out by as Joshua could vouch. I'm not really a talkative person to strangers, and I don't
Oh,
really I don't really I've never been good at sales. Like we used to work together at aside from me being a promoter and him taking pictures of my shows, we used to work together at a call center, and they always wanted you to do like we did tech support, and they always wanted you to do like a pitch for a warranty at the end, and I never wanted to do it because I'm horrible at sales. And looking back on me being a promoter of music, I the 10 or so years I did it, like I was good. I realized I'm good at organizing, and I'm good at telling people what to do, but I'm not good at selling myself or the company, or really the bands that I loved, which is weird because you know I feel like they should be selling themselves, and I can let people know about the show, but I'm not good at marketing. So
right.
so we started out by like looking at one, looking at other trying to poach comic shops from other sites, saying
Yeah.
just sending them an email, trying to find their email address and be like, look, we have a site. It doesn't charge you 15% every time you sell something. If you want to check it out, I'll give you a free trial for 3 months. Try it out. Let me know if right. So we're kind of putting that plan together, but it's always weird, like cold emailing people, because I get cold emails from my other business from like for SEO and things like that. Like, we can bump up your website to Google ranked top 10 or whatever. I don't read those. I have no interest in that. So I guess this is a bit different in that they're probably interested in saving money and and maybe selling somewhere else with a free trial. Like it's a different model, right? There are other sites that have a tiered subscription like ours, but they still charge a percentage based on
Mhm.
your tier.
Right.
So if you pay this much a month, it's only 9% instead of 12, and I'm like, that's still, you could be doing 10,000 a month, and now you're losing $900 out of that for the commission, right? So why not
Sure.
pay $20 a month, and that's your cost at the end of the month? So with cold emailing, local shops, I don't know, I find that weird, but it's also part of the business. Like, I'm out of my comfort zone, clearly again, and I hate that feeling, but I also like, this is something I'm passionate about too, comics and doing this, and um so I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. We just our Facebook ads are going well, I think. um we started a YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm going to do anything other more than just this live stream once a week with that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do like the other YouTubers and talk about specific comics, like Comic Review Day or whatever, and things like
Yeah.
that.
Whatever. Sure.
I suppose I could, but then you're gonna have to start reading comics too, because I need someone to review with. um,
Well.
yeah, I'll send you the link to the. You know what? Every comic mostly now comes with a digital code, so you can read it on your tablet instead with Comixology or Marvel. So I'll just start sending you the codes to the Marvel stuff. So
Oh my gosh.
so the first auction just ended on haha number one.
Okay. Do
And
we have any hits?
no bids.
Oh, that's okay.
It's okay. It's the first one. It's there's more to come. So what's next? Let's see what's next.
It was the warm up one.
Yeah.
Warm
So
up guy.
next is Mighty Thor 364 First Appearance of Throg. And it was really hard to catch in that episode. Pretty
It
good
was
condition. I'd say it's like between a 9 and a 9.6. Really, the corners are good.
pretty good.
No spine ticks that I can see. Yeah, but yeah. So he was really hard to see in that one little
Nice. It looks very good from
one
my
little
end.
scene there where you had little Throg jumping up to get the little Mjolnir.
Yeah, and the fact that they put him in the jar, that was it was all very, very good. Those were nice touches.
They should do like maybe a what if with him and Kid Loki and the alligator Loki.
That'd be really
Oh, and
cool.
how good was what's his name? Richard Grant as the 70s Loki.
Would
Amazing, dude.
amazing.
Amazing. He was
Yeah, I
awesome.
would I would say that everyone would really have to agree that he did just an absolute stellar job with that role and everything involved with it because you really like I don't know within I guess one episode you really felt for the guy and like that's a lot of pull to do in 40 minutes. So,
Yeah. What's up,
yeah.
Blay? How's it going? Blay has joined the chat.
Play in the chat.
Yeah, he says it's so good on the Facebook chat. He says it's so good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So there, yeah.
yeah. They didn't.
But
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't care at doing him.
no, they didn't.
Just ride him off in the sunset. He went out in an epic fashion.
Yeah. So, and I enjoyed that they did it in a way where he, I guess you wouldn't really say fought
Mm.
the monster in a way, but you know what I mean? He did it in the way that he thought he wanted to, enjoy his last moments, and that was like looking at Asgard, which was pretty dope. Like
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
yeah. Yeah. So that Thor, Mighty Thor 364 is up right now. Starting bid is $5. I got about 8 minutes left on that. Um, yeah. So, anyways, so cold emailing is a weird thing for me, and we like I said, the Facebook ads are going good. Um, Getting decent traffic on the site every day, which is good. We just need more stuff on there to get people to come back. There's a little bit of retention, but we need to kind of pick that up. So the more sellers that sign up to sell stuff, the better. Obviously, because there are a couple
First,
sellers that have signed up already, but they haven't posted a lot of stuff, which is weird to me. But hopefully they. I mean, I will say that our site is different in the way it lets you in the way you list things, so it's not maybe not be as familiar to people who have sold on eBay. We do have an option for bulk upload if you have a store on eBay and you've been paying for the store manager add on eBay. eBay will let you export to a Excel spreadsheet file, and
oh,
I've posted the default format for our site, so you can download that from the facts page and then just copy and paste all your stuff into our categories, and then you can upload that to our site, and it will upload all of your items except the pictures. So
oh,
it doesn't save you all the work, but it saves you a lot of work of like going in and typing the description and listing the price,
sure.
etc., etc. And then for our media gallery for images, you can bulk upload there too. So if you want to go in and just do a title 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your Excel spreadsheet, then once it's all uploaded, you can do a quick boom, pick your picture, number one, second listing, number two picture, third listing, number three picture,
Mhm.
and so on. So we do have that option. Down the road, down the road, we're looking at some more options for that. What I'd like to do, hold on one second.
Yep.
Um, what I'd like to do. Oh, that's a weird color.
Da, da, da. Matt, do we even have? Do you have an updated phone number? I sent you a
Updated
text
phone.
because
Yeah, I
because
got
I
it. But
didn't want.
listen, there's a lot going on right now. I'm
Hold on.
talking, and I'm
Oh my goodness!
yeah.
There's no reason to yell.
I turned the
I
light as high as it would go. I don't know if that's better or not. Is that
what?
better?
No, I said turn your brightness down.
Oh, down. I thought it was set up.
Silly
Okay.
goose. And I was just wondering if there was a direct link on Facebook other than
Oh
sharing.
yeah. So if you go to facebook.com/Yousellcomics, that's we got that page, so that's an
Yeah,
easy enough page. But let me I'll post it in the chat too. Hold on a second.
so
Hold on.
I'm gonna repost it on Twitter, on the twits. I'm gonna
See,
repost.
I don't really. Yeah, hold on.
I mean, I'm sure it'll fall to deaf ears on a lovely romping 8 a.m. Saturday night, but it's okay.
What just happened? There, send it to you in your little Discord there. Oh, what were we talking about? You throw me off track. Oh yeah, so the bulk upload. Oh yeah, so um, what I'd like long term, because this is like a lot of coding and stuff, and obviously like I'm in IT as like my other thing, but I hated web development in college. I hated programming in college. I took one programming course in C++. I think I got like a 51, and that was good enough for me. And luckily for web development, it was we had a strike at the teacher colleges went or the college teachers went on strike that semester, and they just passed everyone anyways. For like, I would have failed Perl for sure, and I would have failed HTML, which I'm sure they're easy to some people. I don't like getting a comma or dot wrong and the whole thing not compiling properly. What I don't know. Anyways, so that's not my thing. So so the web development company we had do this. We're talking to them about one day, obviously wrapping this whole thing into an app for Android and iPhone. People seem to like that better than desktop, which that's fine. But for like bulk upload, um, hundreds or thousands of items, whatever, from switching from store to store, or if you've been selling online, like through Facebook or like classifieds, and people can message you for just an Excel spreadsheet list. Like I see Reddit does that, Facebook does that. We think it's possible. We would like, so there's so a great website called comics.org that is open source that people can contribute to. So they'll put in an issue and they'll upload the picture, so or like Previews the World or something like that, where it has an image of the comic and all the information. Eventually, we would like the bulk upload to automatically match what's in there to either comics.org or Previews the World or whatever, and like grab that picture. Now, for new issues and stuff like that, that's fine. Obviously, for when you're selling something like this or a graded copy of something, or a very or a really bad copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 with a torn cover page, you can't just pick the default picture for that. People have to know. So it's something that might be an option one day to let people use. Whether that's something easy to do or hard to do, I don't know, because I'm not a coder. But we'll talk to our developers one day and be like, hey, can this be a thing? And if it is, what is it gonna take? So yeah. Okay, so 51 seconds left in the Mighty Thor 364. Lots of pictures on there, so you can make a judgment. First appearance of Throg. Blaze says, tell Moody to calm down. Are you going all over the place, Moody, over there? Oh, he's replying to someone. He's ignoring me. He's ignoring me. Are you ignoring me? Can you not hear me anymore? Did you mute me? You muted yourself now. I can't hear you. Did you mute yourself? What? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh wait. Oh.
There, I can hear you now.
Oh,
I can hear you.
Did you mute me or did I mute you?
No, you muted me.
Oh, but you were trying to tell me to unmute you. Is that what
yes,
was going on?
that was correct. Yeah.
Oops.
Because I couldn't keep up with the stream.
Oh,
I tried.
Well, yeah. Okay, sorry about that, boys, folks.
And you couldn't hear me before. You had enough.
Yeah, I don't know. So did. Oh yeah, Zach. Blaze says you looked muted. Yep, you were muted. Sometimes you just gotta mute Moody. It's not. Sometimes
it checks out.
He's enough. Okay, so let's see what the next auction is. I think it is, Our Republic, maybe. Oh well, let's just take a look before we do that. Or maybe it's Moon Knight #1. Oh, is it Moon Knight #1?
Is it?
Nope. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it's Moon Knight #1. 11 minutes left in that. Let's see this here. Where'd it go? Yeah, so Moon Knight #1. The bag's a little probably needs a new bag. It's a little crinkled, but the books I'd say probably about a 5 to a 6. Could probably use a press. But it's Yeah, could
I
probably use the press, but a 5, but a 5.0. It's not great condition, but it's a nice thing to have if you're a fan of Moon Knight, and he's coming to the MCU. I think next year, not this year, next year. They might be shooting already. I don't know, with Oscar Isaacs and
we will get a trailer this year. It will happen.
you think?
I think so. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I know they've been in pre-production and production, so it's looking good. I think we're gonna see something.
um,
I think so.
yeah. So Ethan Hawke is in it. I'm not sure what character he's playing. I just watched him in The Good Lord John Bird, and he was fantastic in that show. It's a limited series. If you have a chance to check it out, Ethan Hawke is pretty great in everything these days. But
Yes.
yeah, he was really good in that. And then they just relaunched Moon Knight in the comics again. Moon Knight #1, which I just picked up yesterday. I haven't read it yet. I read. I picked up three new issues of brand new comics. One called Never Never on, forget what the imprint was, but it had an interesting cover, and I didn't really know what it was about when I picked it up. See, this is why local comic shops are still good, because
Yeah.
I have a pull list with the local comic shop of the typical Marvel, whatever, Avengers, X-Men, blah blah blah. But we hadn't, because of lockdown, you can't go in and browse of like what's new series is out this month. Like
Right.
what has a cool cover that, like, going, back in the day when you're going to the shop for CDs, like, or vinyl, like, this band looks totally fucking metal. How I should pick this up, but so it's called Never Never, and it's actually so the first like 2 or 3 pages, I'm as I'm reading, I'm like, this really sounds like a retelling of Peter Pan. Like, there's this kid here, and the daughter's in a window, and now she's flying off with this like good-looking kid, and then there's an alligator. I'm like, okay, so this is retelling of Peter Pan, except Peter Pan's a cannibal. He goes, he goes and picks girls out of central London, flies them back to Never Neverland, and then eats them.
Hmm.
Yeah. So and he any pirate that he kills turns into a zombie for him.
Okay.
So yeah, good start. So I'll put that on my pull list, and then
I like it.
yeah, like I'm definitely gonna stick with it to see what it's like. But the first issue was pretty good. So and then another one I picked up was called Gods of Brutality on Scout Comics. It's about
Okay.
a metal singer who is drunk and stoned, gets hit by a train, and then he ends up in hell. And then he prays to Zeus and Odin, and then Thor and Hercules show up, and it goes from there. So that was good start again. Metal singer. I'm obviously a big metal fan. So, and then
Who doesn't rock so hard that they end up in hell? So you
yeah,
know what I mean?
he was kind of like a Lemmy kind of character in the beginning. So,
I could see that. Yeah.
and then this other one called Dark Blood that the comic shop recommended to me, but I
Okay.
haven't read that yet. It's about a Tuskegee Airman. It's kind of like a horror, apparently. So called Dark Blood, but I haven't read that one yet. It's sitting on my table of reading material along with this enormous book I started reading like 6 weeks ago that I'm still getting through. It's 600 pages of Vietnam stuff that I'm still trying to get through.
Oh, no big.
Okay. Moon Knight #1 has 6 minutes left on starting bid at 5. If anyone wants to bid, by all means. See, we have someone new in here. Jesse Chu still doesn't know my name, just calls me Plex. Thanks,
That's
Josh.
definitely checks out. I think she's had a drink or so it's
Oh,
definitely
fun.
a lot of banter.
Between you and her, or between all
Oh
of
no,
us?
I'm not talking to her. That's
Oh,
crazy.
okay. Um,
Um,
yeah.
so probably gonna put down a bid on this Moon Knight. Not gonna lie, my friend. Might I mention my default account when we
Yeah.
first tested the site does not work. I'm
Oh
furious.
yeah, I purged a lot before we launched.
Oh,
So wait,
purged?
was
You purged me?
Well, I didn't think
Oh
you
my
would. I didn't
god.
think you would do it.
Well,
I wasn't.
now
If it if it doesn't sell, I can sell it to you offline. It's fine.
no, you can't do that. That's breaking the rules.
Yeah, but I make the rules for the site, so there's no like, there's no is there really etiquette for auction sites
I don't
like
know.
this? I don't think
They
there's
have
a.
an etiquette thing. I'm actually
Anyways,
kind of curious. There's got to be a committee.
wait, I feel like
I
5 minutes.
think.
Oh, I feel like I screwed up the timelines here. There's gonna be like a 10 minute gap, I think, between Moon Knight and Star Wars High Republic #1 second print.
Oh God, are we gonna have
So
to
there's a
talk about?
thing in. So there's a thing in. Since you're not a really a big comic book buyer, do you know about
Yes,
the different prints?
barely.
Okay, so when a comic is popular, are you shaking
Yes.
your head at me?
No, I'm
So
shaking
when
head
it,
myself. I don't know.
oh, okay. So when a comic is popular, like Star Wars High Republic issue 1, if they sell out, they'll do a second run, but they'll usually change the cover, so you know
Right.
it's a second print, or they'll say somewhere down at the bottom second print. But then they also give an opportunity to other cover artists to do more variant covers,
Mm,
and sometimes if the second or third or fourth print or whatever is a low print run, it can be worth that issue can be worth more than the first print run because the fifth print run is rarer than the first one.
I see what you're saying. Sure.
So
Yes. Okay.
like the first appearance of Doomsday for Superman, I think it had don't quote me on it, but I think it had 5 printings. The fifth printing is worth more than the first printing. Or
Mm,
like if the third printing is smaller than the fifth printing, the third one will be worth more. It's a weird thing.
yes.
But
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like a yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's
I
understandable.
understand like the rarity around it. There's also a comic called I'm not sure if you've heard of this because it's getting pretty big, and I just started getting back into collecting after this had already started its run. It's a book called Something Is Killing the Children.
Mm,
It's by James Tinian the Fourth. It got picked up by Netflix to make it a show. So obviously, like before it got picked up for Netflix, this book was huge. It was
okay.
skyrocketing. It had, and I've never heard of this before. And it would, granted, it's not a Marvel or DC imprint, but it had 16 printings of the first issue because it sold out every print.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually
So
crazy.
yeah. So and like the first issue is like the first issue or whatever is $1,000 or higher for the first issue in a 9.8. Like people love that series. I bought there's an omnibus coming out of it, hardcover coming out of the first 20 issues or something that I have for on order for October because I want to read the story, but
Yeah.
before the show comes out. But they're developing it for Netflix, so and this is part of the thing with so many smaller comic publishers out putting out these kind of stories is that with so many streaming companies now, they're all looking for content to pull from,
Yeah.
right? Like something is killing children, the Umbrella Academy. What was that other one that they just canceled from Mark Miller? Jupiter's Legacy. Jupiter's Legacy.
Legacy. Yeah.
Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it. I had a lot of friends and family that did watch it, and it was a very mixed review situation. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, excuse me. Sorry, my language.
You can swear. People swear on this isn't
Well,
marked for children, so
this is this isn't for the
uh,
children,
I'm child free. Or my wife and I are child free. We have nieces and nephews. They're great. We're
and they're
child free,
enough,
so we like to swear around the house.
and they're enough. Okay, I also
Um,
noticed that I was a little bit loud on my audio. I turned it down.
did you? Oh, I didn't
Yes,
notice.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Where's movie breaks rules? So yeah, it was on our list to watch. Like, fuck, there's so many things to watch. Like we're getting through. Like we're
Yeah.
watching. We did a rewatch of The Witcher because that's coming out. Season 2 is coming out, and it's been like 2 years now since the first season.
Yep.
I feel like it came out December 2019, I think.
Hmm.
So, and my mother in law hadn't watched it yet, so we went through and watched it again. We have one more episode left, but that show, like I love, like it took me a couple of times to get into Witcher 3 the game. I played Witcher 2 back on Xbox 360, and I think I got halfway through it and I put it down. And Witcher 3, everyone said was great, and I tried twice to get into it. I couldn't. And then the third time, I stuck with it, and it was fantastic. I'm glad I stuck with it. And then because of the game, I started reading the books, and I still have a couple books left to read. But the first season was kind of. I get why they did the time jumping thing, because they had to take stories from the first two books that weren't part of the Blood of Elves stuff. So, and to introduce Ciri and Geralt and the Lost Surprise. So watching the first time, you're like, you kind of don't know where they are in the story when they jump back and forth. Like, is it before or after? Before or after?
Yeah,
Watching
we
the
had talked.
second time, it makes you notice so much more in the dialogue that gave you hints in the first time when you first watch it. You just didn't get because
Yes.
you're trying to pay attention to everything, but you don't. So yes, and my wife
I
says in the
agree. I
chat she won't quit her job to free up time so we can watch more stuff. So, oh, and now Richard is here complaining about our filthy language.
agree.
So
I told you. I knew it. As soon I knew it.
it's fine. Richard says a lot of filthy things himself. So, oh, so the Moon Knight is over. Did you get a bid in?
So I tried,
Oh, what happened? Yeah.
and I put down two bids, and it said that it didn't meet the required uh reserved.
Yeah, starting bid was $5.
Yeah, no, no, no. So I went above that. I went to like six
Oh
something.
yeah, you didn't meet the reserve price. Yes, the reserve price is different than
But
the
then I
starting bid
kept
price.
going. Well, I was
Yeah.
going, and I tried to increase it, but it didn't. I didn't quite get in there. So
Oh,
unfortunately,
maybe I set the reserve price wrong on that. Hold on. No, let me see.
double check those.
I did before. Maybe it was. I. You know what? Uh, I probably set it at 40 because it's going for more than that. Um,
Okay.
but let me check. Comics. Yeah, so you can if you don't want to sell if you want to sell something for close to market value, but you don't have to sell it over market value, you can set a reserve price where people can bid on it. They don't know your reserve price per se.
Hmm.
If you just got under it, maybe you send them a message saying like, "Look, you were close enough. I'll
Sure.
put." Oh, the reserve price was $20, and the buy it now price was 15. You could have bought it now for 15.
Well, I was bidding to make the war increase for price.
Oh, you know what? I should have put the buy it now higher than the reserve. Oh, well, I'll do that for next week since it. I don't know. I'll send it to you. It's fine.
We'll fix it for next week.
Yeah, I have lots more. Okay, so back to what's up next for auction. I think the Omega Red 9.8. Oh no, maybe it's the Star Wars. Let's look. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so it's Star Wars High Republic #1, second print.
Ooh, Blade might be
Starting bid
interesting.
two
A little bit.
dollars. $2 starting bid. Um, so it was a lot better watched through the second time. Like I liked it the first. Obviously Henry Cavill, I'm in love with Henry Cavill. He's amazing. But uh, yeah, so it was a better watch the second time.
Yep.
And watching the trailer for season 2, I'm like, okay, so it's weird that I'm in IT and I'm all about technology and I don't have a 4K TV yet. But I'm like, I know. We bought our TV when we first moved in together 7 years ago, and it was 1080p. Like we didn't buy a 4K TV then. It was a bit out of our price range for that, given that we were moving in together. Um, but now it's something we probably could afford, and we should have bought one a long time ago, but it just didn't because it's not broken, and I don't know. I honestly don't know why I haven't bought one yet. But I said to Kate, my wife, I'm like, okay, after this trailer, watching like that shot of Geralt and Ciri on the horse in the snow with in front of the castle gate. I'm like, okay, that's 4K material. We're gonna get that. And then we have a whole plan of like Harry Potter in 4K and Lord of the Rings in 4K and
So tasty.
yeah. So that's so we'll have to get one before Christmas.
I'd like to mention that I recently was texting my mother,
Oh yeah,
and she had sent me a photo of something that was quite tasty. I believe it being some dinner that they made. And
yeah.
instead of saying tasty, I said tatsy. Tatsy.
Yeah.
Tatsy. It's very tatsy. So I might just start using that. I don't know. We'll see what
Oh, you've come
happens.
up with a new slang term.
Well, I make so many terms that I mean we're here now. I might as well add to the list. So
Okay. Okay. So when you send that to, well, see, here's the thing about you creating new words that sometimes you do it when you're drunk and you mean to type the other thing.
bad.
So if you type this now to me, then it means it looks you mean tasty, but it's tatsy. So it looks so good to eat, but you mean that it's right. Is that where I'm? Is that do I have that right?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, basically, if it's quite tatsy, then yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
Okay. 5 minutes left on the Star Wars High Republic first issue, second print. It's a nice cover.
Really
Um,
like this cover. I really enjoy this cover a lot. I don't know if Blaze's still in the chat, but I think he will attest as well that um he most likely enjoys this cover a fair bit because I
Stop
know
trying
that he.
to make fetch happen.
Yeah.
um,
First off, I hate that word. That's a fetch is the worst.
um,
Just
yeah. So I'm a couple issues behind on High Republic, but it was a pretty good start. And I've been reading. I read the first novel of High Republic, and that was actually a really good book. Um, I have the second book sitting on my shelf to be read, but I have like so I read. I don't know. I try and read at least. I go back and forth between a novel of like sci-fi or not sci-fi. Sorry, fiction, nonfiction, fiction, nonfiction. So I'll read nonfiction, and then if I'm going to read fiction, it'll either be like a novel or an omnibus, something like that, and then back to nonfiction. So right now I'm on nonfiction, and I try and throw in like an issue of whatever small comic I have, like single issues. But next is gonna be an omnibus, and I'm like 10 or 11 omnibuses behind, and they're like, I have a Flashpoint, the new Flashpoint omnibus reprint. It's like 1,500 pages. It's like, I need more
what?
time to read things, but I need more time to do everything, I guess.
1,300.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, so we have a bid on Star Wars High Republic of $10. Pretty sweet. Thank you very much. Um, have you? Did you watch? Did you watch Clone Wars? Star Wars Clone
So,
Wars?
I never watched it when it first came out.
Right.
I was, yeah, I was very bad and I didn't do it. And then I've recently started to try to finish the series, and I believe I'm in season 4, I
Oh,
think.
so you're almost there.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but it's close. It's getting a little bit problematic, but we're getting there.
Jennifer in the chat says omnibuses are the worst because you can't really take them with you, and that is true.
She
I
is right. Yeah.
like so when we all get back to traveling, the Toronto Maple Leaf schedule came out, and obviously I looked right away for where we could go. um, and if they open I wanted to do the Western road trip again this year, but I don't think it's going to work. Which would be in December. Which I last time I went, it was 2 years ago. It's a great
Yeah.
time. I got to see my friend Adam who moved out there.
Yeah.
But they're playing Columbus December 27th in Columbus, so I'm assuming the border's going to be open by then. We
Well,
usually do that road trip down to Columbus because it's only like 4 hour drive away from us, and Columbus is the state capital, of Ohio, so all the government buildings are there. So when it's Christmas, everything like it's a ghost town, and we were able to stay at the DoubleTree Suite, the Hilton DoubleTree, which is like the expensive hotel, for super cheap for an awesome room, like Riverview King Suite. It was yeah. So
That's
if yeah, so if you and Jess ever want to come to a Leaf game to Columbus, by all means come with us. So December 27th. So but I can't imagine like stuffing a massive omnibus in my um, little travel suitcase, one travel suitcase I have, and taking that on either on a plane with me or stuffing. I guess suppose I could stuff in the car, but I am looking forward to having my Steam Deck by then. I hope because
oh
the
my god,
first
here we go.
the first the first I got it. I got the 256 gig, and when I got it, it said quarter one. It said the quarter three 2021, the whatever the December quarter was, but now it's like all of them are like quarter four 2022. So
So
like I have a Switch Lite, and I loved playing my Switch Lite, but there's not a lot of games I play on it. Like I like Breath of the Wild is great on it, but it's kind of small, and who wouldn't love to play my Steam games on a Steam Deck? So I'm
sure.
hoping my Steam Deck is ready by then, and I get it. Um, that'd be great. But yeah. So omnibuses are yeah, they're really heavy. Like, and then I find it hard to read them. I don't know about you, Jennifer, but I find them hard to read when you're sitting on the couch. Like, I haven't really found a comfortable like position to read them on, other than like flat on a table bring them in my office to read. But then I always read in front of in the living room anyways. So, winning bid. Let's someone bid on the Star Wars issue one High Republic second print. Thank you very much, and that will be shipped out in 1 to 2 business days. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So good point by Jennifer there on the omnibuses. They're a pain to bring anywhere. Okay, so let's see what's next on our 10-minute auction thing of the hour. Okay, so we have a bit of a break now, I guess. Maybe I put in a break to like get another drink or something. That's why I did this.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh no, I didn't. So auction starts for the X-Men 4 Omega Red. Um oh yep. So auction started for the X-Men 4. And Jennifer says, yeah, like you need a table, but they are very affordable compared to all the trades. Yeah, and I just started doing that. So I when I before actually before completing runs and getting a pull list again from the comic book shop, I was buying trades to catch up on stories, and I found that they're like $15 or $20 or $40 a pop, and then um, but the omnibuses, while being a bigger upfront cost, were ended up being cheaper and generally nicer because they stay in better condition because the covers are hard covers and not soft. So I recently just started trying to liquidate all my trades to switch over
Yeah.
to the hard covers that I want in those trades. So that's a good point by Jennifer.
It's funny that like you guys had mentioned that coming from a person who doesn't read and collect comics at all. I ended up getting a few omnibuses of what was it? Or I don't even know if that's the correct term to use because I don't know if they're even finished or full yet or whatever.
Yeah.
But monstrous and um, something. What was the other one? I can't remember. Anyway, um, yeah, they were as a collection they were huge, but in separation, they're not too bad. But I got the series run of whatever it was, I forget, but just in, broken down in those situations, they were great. But I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine using one that's in a collection of all four or five and like hauling those around travel. It'd just be absolutely insane.
Yeah, so there's I've generally been buying omnibuses that are self-contained, like not like a volume one, but like an absolute, or like a War of the Realms, which is like a complete series event of like all of like Black Panther
Hmm.
and Venom and Spider Man and Thor all up in like one book. I did get Swamp Thing Absolute by Alan Moore, the volume one, and that was fantastic. The art in that is top notch. I love the art in the Alan Moore Swamp Thing Absolute. So I'm looking to get, along with everything else on the planet, I'm looking to get volume two of that, so I can read through that. It was a good story, and I just like I said, oh, I was telling you earlier, I just finished Swamp Thing on DC TV or whatever, and it was good. Kind of
Yeah.
follow along with Alan Moore stuff. Um, of course, they canceled it, which is not surprising because DC does that to their good things. So, or things
Yeah,
that have potential.
they love to do that. Um, did you? I mean, I so this I've heard many people say this. A lot of people I've talked about it to has also said this. They found the consistency in the show to be hard to
Mhm.
kind of, I guess, flow with,
Yeah.
because, and as it's famously, has been contended online, where it's like, they had that hard time of balancing that horror aspect versus that classic CW romantic sucky face, like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like
Really?
it's yeah, so you know what I mean? Like I personally think it didn't do it too badly. I thought it was an all right balance to the point where it was like, bearable and definitely easy to get through. But I thought that the beginning, especially the first 2 to 3 episodes, I thought they were actually kind of like spooky. Like
Yep.
they were definitely like decently spooks.
Yeah.
And after that maybe, so, but it was yeah, yeah, I really enjoyed the beginning. The ending not so bad too, but yeah. Yeah.
I started out watching like Arrow and Flash and stuff, and then I liked Arrow up until the point. I'm sure a lot of people liked Arrow up until the point where it
Yes.
was what's her name and Oliver, and came into it was their show of their relationship. I'm just like, I don't like. I like a good love story in a show, but I'm out. I've had enough. Like this is like 3 seasons now. You've been doing this. I'm good. Um, and maybe
Do you
all
know what?
CW shows do that because it's on that's that's their style of network. Like
Yes. Yeah.
my wife and I are going. She's a Supernatural fan, and I didn't like it. I tried watching an episode a while ago, but then we started watching it again,
Right.
as we do for like during dinner or whatever. We throw an episode, and so I started to like the show. Um, I still find Sam and Dean hard to watch sometimes. I mean, like, and some episodes are a lot better than others. Um,
Yes.
and we're on. I think we started last summer. I want to say last summer, and we took a break after 9 seasons, which we have like what 6 seasons left to go. So we're all hopefully we've done that by next summer. But
So many. Yeah.
well, every year, one of the things I would assume my wife and I love about each other is that we're both huge West Wing fans. Like, and that's so random. Like, two people meet that are massive West Wing fans before like not watching the show together. Like, so
It's a little weird.
yeah,
I'll
like
say right now, it's a little weird.
my wife's 44 and I'm 40, and we met when I was 33. So we had
Has it
already
been that
been,
long? Oh
yeah,
my God, where's the time gone?
yeah. How many
Oh,
girlfriends is that for you in that time? 7, 8?
that
Anyways,
you. Oh my
so
God.
yeah, so we were both huge West Wing fans before we met, and it wasn't even like a thing in our when we first started dating. Like I don't think we talked about it on the first date or two, but then it was just like, oh, you like West Wing? Oh, I love West Wing. Oh yeah, so do I. So now we watch it, like we do a rewatch it like once a year almost. I think that's like one of our weird things we do. So we're doing that right now during the summer. We took a break from Supernatural, and we're halfway through West Wing again for like the seventh
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Uh, wow. Really, seventh.
Yeah,
That's pretty high on the docket in the terms of rewatches, I would say.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's like there aren't a lot. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird for us, but there aren't a lot of shows where you can rewatch some. Like I don't know, for at least for me and Kate, for Kate and I, um, we we get something new out of it, or we notice something that we didn't notice before. I don't like.
Mhm.
I'm not saying like every episode we're like, you know, we can quote lines like nobody's business now, but
Sure.
um, there are still episodes that we get something new out of even after watching it together 7 times now in almost 8 years of being together. So, um,
Hilarious.
and that's probably Aaron Sorkin wrote the first helped on the first 4 seasons, and then he
Mhm.
left after his cocaine debacle. But they kept the tone of the show anyways and the dialogue style. So, um, and we generally watch pretty much everything Aaron Sorkin does or writes. Um, and that they had that West Wing revival last year before the election, which they set one of our favorite episodes as like a play, a stage theater production instead of an episode. It was fantastic.
Huh.
Um, they brought everyone back except John Spencer, who unfortunately passed away in the seventh season. With like 3 episodes left to go of West Wing, he passed away during the filming. But so they
Gotcha.
had Sterling K. Brown play his part, which
Oh,
Aaron
cool.
Sorkin had always said. I guess the last couple of years is like, if I was gonna do a West Wing reboot or bring it back, it would be Sterling K. Brown as the president. So they, yeah.
That's cool.
So
So
1 minute left
yeah, I
in
was just
the
about to say, literally, I was just about to say 1 minute left.
X Men #4, first appearance of Omega Red, and a 9.8 CGC. So, for people who don't know
Wait,
a
X
lot
Men.
about CGC, well, no, but
Oh,
as
both
in,
of them. You got both of
yeah.
them running. Sorry, I didn't realize. Sorry.
So, CGC is one of 4 grading companies. There's a CBCS and a PGX grading company, and I think there's one more that not a lot of people use. CGC is like the top tier of grading.
Hmm.
CBCS is next. They're owned by Beckett, which is does the baseball cards and the verifying of signatures and stuff like that. The Beckett card value book every year. I remember my grandfather was into sports card collecting, and he always had the Beckett book every year.
That's
Um,
cool.
but now comics are so popular, and getting them graded is so important for key issues. Is that CGC is 6 months behind now on um, grading your books if you just pay the normal price.
Okay.
So I sent books away. Oh, this is a whole debacle that I'll tell you about in a minute. So X-Men #4 went up for auction. Now we're looking at, I believe it's our last auction of the night. Yes, is the Amazing Spider-Man Tim Gleason pack. You can see the cool covers. They're all
Yeah, they
kind
were
of
very, very cool covers. I really enjoyed those.
Venom 35, which is Donny Cates' last issue on that Venom run, which is a
Mm,
really well written run. I'm almost done the Donny Cates run, but it was great. And then
yeah.
yeah, Spider Man. So yeah, so I had 10 or 12 books. I'd never done like when I used to collect as a kid. Obviously, grading wasn't a thing. I mean, it might have been, but I was a kid. I didn't know. So when I got back in, I looked into what it would take to get things. What's this grading thing? So I
Sure.
signed up for CGC, and the process is the process to me. It was a little daunting at first at filling it out and like navigating through their form and stuff. So,
Hmm.
and I knew the books that I had to send away probably needed pressing and cleaning. But something like an X-Men 4 or I have a Shadow of the or sorry, Heir to the Empire #1, first appearance of Grand Admiral Thrawn that I picked up at a con like 4 or 5 years ago. And I knew I wanted to send that away to get graded too. So there's a company in Oregon that I saw one of the YouTubers I follow that does grading or not grading, sorry, cleaning and pressing.
Okay.
So I sent. I sent those books away to them to do that, and then they were going to send it on to CGC. So I sent it in September. They got it in October, and then they said it takes 12 weeks for them to do their job and then ship it out to CGC. So I checked in with them in December to see if they'd sent it yet. They said no, it's due next week. I said okay, cool. And then I didn't hear anything from them. And then I'm like, okay, so they shipped it that week, thinking of the clock. It takes about 4 or 5 weeks at that time to get something from CGC, to get it done at CGC and sent back. So I checked in with them at the second week of February, I think, and I'm like, hey, just checking on this. Is there any word on when I'll get the books back? And they're like, oh, we haven't shipped them out yet. I'm like, what? You guys said, you told me you were shipping it out December, whatever, 17th. Like, oh, we're really busy. Like, okay, but you could have, like, you could have told me that you didn't ship them out. Like, I've been expecting books back now, soon, and I'm moving in 3 months, and I know the lead time for CGC now is like 2 months for them to grade it.
Yeah, so like what the
So like, oh well, we're shipping them out next week. I'm like, okay, well, do I get like a shipping notification from CGC to, so if I happen to move in between, that I can be at the old place to pick them up if they ship? And I'm like, no, we don't get any information from CGC when they ship. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's really handy.
Yeah, and like, we're really sorry about this, blah, 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 and is there anything we do? You know, if you want to send us new books, next time we'll give you like 10% off. I'm like, I'm never doing this with you again. Like, I understand that you're busy, but you can't tell me that you're shipping it out this day and then you don't ship it for another 2 months. Like, at least tell me that you're not shipping it, that you missed your ship date. Like, I understand you're busy, it's COVID. I would understand, but you didn't bother to reach out to tell your customers that you're behind by 2 months.
It's not hard.
Yeah, like, it's an email. It's like, get one person to sit down. Okay, these are all the books we have. These are all the books that are late that were due to be shipped by this.
Yeah.
Here's the order numbers. Here's their contact. Hey, we're late. We don't know when. We don't have an ETA. We'll let you know when we ship. It was like all they really had to do. Well, I would have been fine. But they didn't. So, and if they had done that, I would have been able to change the address of where they're getting shipped back to. So I asked them if they could do that for me, and they're like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, well, okay. So
They're really not working with you at all on
yeah,
this.
so I went, and then at some point they just stopped replying to me because I didn't swear at them. I didn't specifically call them names. They're just like, I'm angry. This is bullshit. Like, you didn't. Anyways, so I got in touch with CGC myself and said, here's the information I have from this company. Can you figure out where my order is, and can I change the shipping address before you ship it back? And they got back to me and they're like, yeah, we found the order. We can change it. It's actually not due for another. We're not due to look at it for another, whatever, month at that time. So it was like 3 months at CGC.
God.
So it was like a whole 9 month process, and I was able to change the shipping to my parents' house, who wasn't in the process of moving. So yeah, it took me 9 months to get my books back. At this point, though, like, people, if you're not paying the premium like fast track fee, which is still like, if you're paying fast track, you're getting it back in, I don't know, 3 months now instead of 6. But it's just like the industry of grading has kind of exploded. So
Wow.
and CGC just got bought by some other hedge fund for like $1 billion.
Huh.
So it's not like this. It's not a thing that's going away, and I really feel like the problem with grading companies right now is they only have like one location. It's either in Texas for one or Florida in the other, or like maybe both are Florida. I forget. Like CBCS has a headquarters in Toronto that I can ship books to, but then they don't grade them there. They ship them to Florida to get graded and then ship them back. So also the shipping for me was like $150 total round trip, because it's going from Oregon to Florida, from Florida to freaking Canada.
Awful.
Yeah, or even after all that, they get their stuff back and it's still great because they got messed up at the mailer or at CGC. Yeah, Jennifer's right. They really need to expand and have like, one headquarters that does grading in each country to help with massive load of people that are getting stuff graded these days. And I'm glad that people are, some people don't like, they think it's wrong to grade books or to get them encapsulated, that their natural state is to be a raw book. And I
Yeah.
understand their point. I like for that Heir to the Empire #1, Grand Admiral Thrawn. That's one of my favorite characters from when I was a kid. Like I read Timothy Zahn's trilogy, and he's great in Clone Wars. And I really hope that Lars Mikkelsen is the actor that shows up in Ahsoka TV series. So I like the idea of having it graded, being encapsulated, and I can display it on a wall and be like, that's I I found this at a Comic Con for like the whole set, the whole Heir to the Empire miniseries I found for $50, including this one, like 3 years ago. So I paid like $10 for this book. Now, granted, it's worth a lot more given that he's going to be in live action, whatever, and he's in Clone Wars. But at the time, I didn't know that. It was just like it's the first appearance of one of my favorite Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
And at that point, when I bought it, I'm not even sure he was in new canon. He was just an old canon
Yeah.
because I don't think he had shown up in Clone Wars season 3 yet. So yeah, so I don't know. I like the idea of doing that, but I understand the other side of it. Like books are made for reading and enjoying the story and the art, and I get that. I get that side of it, but for things like this, I like having the things
Of course.
encapsulated and protected.
Of course. Of course. And I would
Whew.
agree. I would agree with you. So, you got 1 minute left, about, give or take.
One minute on the Tim Gleason pack of covers with
Great
Spider-Man,
cover.
Carnage, and Venom. Did you watch the Venom 2 trailer? Let There Be Carnage.
I did watch it.
I'm not.
Um,
I
yeah,
like.
I,
I love What's his name? The director. Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is great. He's
yes.
obviously he's fantastic as Gollum. He's great as Caesar in Planet of the Apes. He's great as Claw in the MCU, which he's now dead.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm sure. But
Most likely.
Ulysses as Claw. But and I feel like I've seen movies he's directed that have been good. I feel like he did one with I don't know if he directed it or not, but he did one with Simon Pegg, I think,
Mm.
a period piece, and that was really good. I'm pretty sure he directed that,
Yeah, yeah, that was
right?
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, but
Hey,
I like, and I know I read that Tom Hardy had some writing credits on this for the first time, and that's like I like Tom Hardy as an actor. He's good in a lot of things he does. I don't know about this trailer. Like I tried to watch the first one again, and
yeah,
I couldn't get through it. I think I
yeah.
lasted like 25 minutes, maybe half an hour, and I can't do it. Like it's
To Sony.
too Sony. Yes, you know what? That's instead of Tatsy, it's now too Sony. It's too
Yes,
Sony. That thing's
exactly.
just it's too Sony. Like that's the thing.
To Sony. Oh my god.
Anyways, so I'm gonna call it a night for now. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna try and do this again next week, Friday or Saturday, depending on. I will let you know that this streaming schedule starting in October will be dependent on Leafs hockey, just as a warning.
Very
And
important.
yeah, and I may be watching other hockey games in the background, so be prepared for that. But yeah, we're gonna try and make this a regular thing. Friday or Saturdays with a live auction of whatever books, and I'm not saying it's gonna be like 10-minute auctions every week, but we'll have like an hour auction of 6 books or
Oh my
15
god.
minute auctions of whatever. But thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate every one of you for watching. And thanks. Have a good night.
Thanks, everybody.